Hey, it's me, Leonard McDonald from the Love on Display Network. How is it going? I have a doozy for you. Some people are going to be mad at me. I know some guys are going to be mad at me. I know this already, but it's okay. I love you anyway. Today I want to talk about hazardous environments. What are hazardous environments on the road to becoming a real man of God? First and foremost, I'm going to say this: strip clubs is a hazardous environment. Now, what I will say is, yes, this is my opinion. You're correct. This is how I feel about it, and the way I'm going to talk about it is just from the way I think about things in terms of habits, habitual things that you do. So when I think of a strip club, and I think of a man who goes to strip clubs, especially if you have a wife at home, I just think you kind of make it easier to potentially fall into a trap where you now desire another woman outside of your wife. Excuse me. When you go to strip clubs before you're married, I think you build a habit to getting used to going to these places and seeking out a certain desire that's within you to be fulfilled when you go to the strip club, rather than when you go home to your wife to get it fulfilled. So, even before all that, I want to say, honestly, there's no condemnation towards anyone who goes to strip clubs. Like I said in the previous video, God gives us the ability to freedom of choice. That's what He says. So I can't be like, yo, you need to do this or else because Leonard said so. Hey, last time I checked, God was more powerful than me. So, hey, this is the way I feel about it. And because I want to see you do better, I want to see men at their best. This is my attempt for what I believe will help you get there. So whether you do it or not, it's up to you. It's your choice. I can't make you. But I will promise I won't love you any less. So, back to the strip clubs. Our eyes, as men, our eyes are what kind of starts the attraction with us. If we're aesthetically pleased, then we get closer. Kind of like moths to fire. Wow, what an analogy! Is true. So several different ways to look at it, but from as moths to a flame, when our eyes see, when we see a woman, like we'll see that woman for a long time, well past that day, the next day, depending on how she looks, depending on what she was wearing, how her assets may have looked and what she was wearing. Like, that image sticks with us as men because we're visual creatures. Like, that's what gets us. Our visuals do a lot more for us than they do for women. So for a man to go into a strip club and see like women everywhere and naked women everywhere, it's almost like you're inviting your body to be okay with it. To say, okay, multiple women is fine. And your body starts, or I won't say starts, but it becomes harder to kind of put your body in check and train your body to only, really, really respond to your wife if you're always responding to multiple women, especially naked. Like it's easier to control your response to a clothed woman than a naked woman. As men, you know that. Women, I'm letting you know that about us. So I don't want to stay on this too long because, again, this is just me talking about my lesson plans. I'm going into a whole thing about it. So actually, what I'm going to say is that's pretty much the basis of how I feel about strip clubs when it comes to a hazardous environment. Anyone who wants to add, anyone who wants to disagree, go ahead and leave some comments. We can have that discussion. I'm all for it. I like to talk. I like to see how people feel. I like to see where people's minds are. So it's all cool with me. Or as my homeboy, my best friend would say, it's all gravy train. So hazardous environments outside of the strip club would also be, depending on the type of friends you have around you, what I'll say is this: if you have friends who are engaged in a certain lifestyle that is dangerous to them, when you put yourself in the midst of that, then their lifestyle is also dangerous to you. And now that you're there, since your family is connected to you, then it's also dangerous to them. Because if something happens to you, even if your family is over here and you're here, if something happens to you, and I don't want to say you're killed or anything, but let's just say you are in the hospital. You're in a hospital for a few months. You can't do anything, can't work, can't provide, can't protect. So everything that now goes on with this family over here that's connected to you is at a severe disadvantage, because the head, the king, the protector, the provider, the one who protects this group here is out of the picture. So now, outside of God, this family has no protection, because you can't do it. So, in a show, I talked about value, like what's it worth? You know, what is it? Especially if you have a family. Mostly everything I say is regarding having a family. But that applies to single people, because the habits that you have now are going to go with you into when you have a family. So everything you're used to doing, right? Let's just, like for women example, if you're used to having your head on a swivel every time a woman goes by, you like the way she looks, you would be a fool to think that your wife standing next to you is going to stop that every single time. It's not going to happen, because you're just used to it. It's a habit. You can't help it. It just walked by. It just went that way. And because you never put it in check, trying to put it in check now that you're in this covenant, and you're like, okay, that's wrong. I can't do that. Well, you've been telling your body that it's fine for the longest. Your neck is like, well, what are you talking about? Your neck is not agreeing with you. And as men, you know when other parts of your body are not agreeing with your head. You know what I'm talking about. So, like I said, depending on how you train your body, or the things that you allow your body to have access to, it will be extremely difficult to change that on the fly. I'm not saying it's impossible to ever change it, but until you get into the habit of trying to change it, this is a lost cause. Without trying to change it, it's not just going to happen like that overnight without you putting forth any effort. I don't want to see you fail, and I don't want to see you have to deal with your wife when she sees you fail, because she'll see it. Women see that woman that we see before we do, and they look. All right, women, stop listening. Men, I'm trying to save you here. I'm trying to save you. Trust me. I know you feel like I put you out there. I know you do, but I'm doing it out of love, because I want to see you guys flourish. I want to see you guys be men of God the way that we were called to be. Like, all right? Now listen to me. Don't look. She saw her. I don't care if her head was turned that way and she's over there. She saw her, and she's going to see you see her. And after that, I can't help you. I can't help you. I want to help you, but I can't help you. So, hazardous environments, my friends. Pay attention. We need to identify all of them. We need to look at everything we do, everywhere we go, everyone we hang out with. And we need to look at it from a standpoint of, I have a family that I need to protect. I have a family I need to be there for. That's what matters. Your covenant is with your wife, and then your kids. It says in the Bible that when you're married, you leave your parents behind. So it's just y'all. That's all. So that's what you've been charged to protect. That's who you've been charged to minister to. That's your job. That's your responsibility. Need to be on it. Real talk. Now, like, comment, subscribe. You can do it. I know you can. You can do it. Let's talk. Man, it's for you. It's for you. It's for me too. It's for us. It's for us to grow together and get back our jobs. Head of the household, kings. So anywho, God bless.